You know what? If you find yourself in the woods trying to sneak up on a deer in nothing but your camouflage underwear, I don't think it's about hunting anymore. Did some shows in Alabama. Anybody been to Alabama? Yeah, it's a pretty state. I couldn't live there, though, because I ain't got camouflage, nothing. I have never seen so much camouflage. I saw one guy had his whole truck painted camouflage, like they're going to sneak up on a deer with that. Like the deer's thinking, boy, that bush is moving. It's got expired plates. You see them guys wearing camouflage from head to toe and then like a bright orange hat. So do you want to be seen or don't you? Make up your mind. I was asking my buddy about this. He hunts, and he said, well, Bryan, you wear the camouflage so the deer can't see you, and you wear the orange hat so the other hunters don't shoot you. I said, can't the deer see orange? He said, no, they're colorblind. Well, then why don't you wear all orange? Then you would be invisible. I was in the store, they were selling men's underwear in camouflage. You know what? If you find yourself in the woods trying to sneak up on a deer in nothing but your camouflage underwear, I don't think it's about hunting anymore. I think your life is taking a horrible turn. I was in Ohio, I was doing shows. Coming home on Sunday morning, stopped to get gas. I pull in, this pickup truck pulls in next to me. Two guys jump out there wearing all camouflage. So I'm just making conversation. I said, so you guys hunting? Yeah, we're hunting. I said, you hunting deer? No, we're hunting mushrooms. Do you think that camouflage is necessary? I don't think mushrooms can run very fast. I learned that mushroom hunters do not have a good sense of humor. So do we have hunters in the room? Hunters? Yeah. There's nothing wrong with hunting. I wouldn't do it because it starts too early in the morning. All my friends are like, well, we got to leave by 4 so we can be in the woods by dawn. Why are you going so early? Well, because the deer are easier to get them. Well, that's because they're sleepy. Hello? I don't think that's fair. How would you like it? The alarm goes off, you roll over, bam!
I had dinner at my white friend's house a couple other days ago. We had venison, which is a deer meat, because he hunts for all his meat, all of it. He's like, Bozeman, man, I don't get it. Why don't you hunt? Well, for a couple of reasons. For one, there's a grocery store 3 blocks away. And that's generally how I like my meat. Already hunted. Secondly, Nike hasn't come out with a hunting suit yet. Nike lets black people know what we can do. No Nike hunting suit, ergo, no Kevin Bozeman out in the woods, smelling like deer pee. Yeah. Soon as Nike come out with a hunting suit, I'm rocking it through the hood. You're like, man, what is you wearing? I'm just gonna show him the swoosh. Oh, word. I didn't even know we did that. Yep, Nike just had a big meeting. Okay, then everybody was there. Jordan, LeBron, Obama. It was a tough call.
I really want to get into bird watching. And if that is not the lamest thing you have ever heard, I do not know what is. Because I did not say that I am into bird watching. I said I really want to get into bird watching. I see 2 old people with binoculars. I'm like, that is my hashtag life goal right there. The problem is that nobody's interested in bird watching. Every time I try talking about it, everyone's eyes glaze over and they get really bored. For example. Like, the only people who are mildly interested are my hunter friends, but there's a disconnect there. You know, they're a little too eager, you know? They're like, you like birds? Check it out, come here, look. Ah, there you go, you can put it in your pocket. There you go, huh? Oh, stop crying, stop crying! I don't like guns. I don't like guns. I'm not a hunter. I'm not a weapon person. I don't get it. All right? Yeah, 2 people. I like bird calls, so maybe we should combine the 2. Then maybe I'd be on board. Could you imagine the peacefulness and serenity of a bird call mixed with the high efficiency of a semi-automatic assault rifle? Yeah, just sitting there in your blind, all ready to go.
Any hunters? You got over here. What do you hunt, sir? Everything. Wow, that would make you a very dangerous person. So I'd be very careful. What can you narrow that down for us? Elk. Okay, yeah. Where do those run wild? The mountains. Thank you. Yeah. I thought they were on tropical islands mainly. He's like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. That's great. Yeah, and how many elk have you killed this year?
0.
0? How come?
Not very good, I guess.
You're not good. Well, have you seen an elk?
Yeah, a lot.
Oh, you've seen a lot? I wouldn't have admitted that in front of this group. Like, I haven't even seen one. He's like, yeah, I see them all the time. They actually come right in front of me and mock me. They're like, so you've seen them. Were you not, what happened out there, sir?
I hunt with a bow.
You hunt with a bow, okay. Did you just not get the string connected to the arrow? Then they just ran you right over? But you know, when we started this conversation, what else do you hunt?
Ducks, geese, rabbits.
Rabbits, let's talk about that for a second. That doesn't seem very impressive. I mean, how proud can you be of a rabbit? You strap those to your hood afterwards? Just stick them in your glove compartment. You kill rabbits? With a bow? No. You don't use the bow on the rabbits. A shotgun, yeah, because with a rabbit, you need the heavy artillery. You want to make sure. You know, an injured rabbit coming after your family. Daddy, the injured rabbit's back and he's angry. You should have used the shotgun or the bow. Elk's at the door too. Well, what do you do with the rabbits after you kill them? You eat them. Okay, yeah, that doesn't sound good. And how many rabbits have you killed this year?
Oh,
A few. So maybe you're better with the shotgun. Maybe you should start using the shotgun on the elk, because those are bigger, right? You thinking about that?
against the law.
It's against the law. Oh, where is this? Huh? Here. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Well, that shoots that whole theory down. Guys, this is such a weird crowd. I'm gonna try to say this as nicely as possible, guys. Never be a crowd again. Call each other. Don't all come on the same night. It's a toxic mix of people. I didn't think I'd be getting into the fine-tuned details of hunting elk in this region, but he told me, he's like, you don't know what you're talking about. You can't do that. You can only use a shotgun on rabbit. So, have you ever killed an elk?
No.
No. Oh. So we've gone from, I don't know if you guys want to bring it back a second here. If you want to read the transcript, or I can just tell it to you. I said, does anyone hunt? He said, I hunt everything that moves. I said, what do you hunt? He said, elk. Now we find out he's never killed an elk. I guess in that case tonight, we are all elk hunters. Thanks for coming, man. Wish I had a time machine when they asked me to do this show. You want to do the Friday Late Show? I don't know. Maybe not.
You know, how long are you gonna last? Your eyes are this bad. How it's gonna sure. You know, 10,000 years ago with this eyesight, I would be dead. You too. You'd be dead. 10,000 years ago, you'd be dead. Those are thick. You'd be dead real fast, right? We'd be dead. We'd be out in the woods chasing furry, blurry, moving stuff with our spear backwards. We don't know. We don't know. Like sneaking up on a bison. Oh, it's a bear. And now we're dead because we poked a grizzly with the blunt end of our spear. It's a fatal mistake. We'd be like a people hunting story told by bears. Just once I had one sneak up on me, and then he like poked me with a stick. Then he run right into a tree. That I am not. Ask Ursa. She was there. You remember Ursa? You ask, paw to God. Seriously, I scat you not. Nature doesn't put up with bad eyeballs, does it? It doesn't put up with it. There's no cross-eyed cheetahs on the Serengeti. Out there chasing two perfectly synchronized gazelles, like, wow, these guys must rehearse forever. They are good. There's no bald eagles with lazy eyes. The zoo there are. There's a bunch at the zoo. But in nature, if you're like a far-sighted woodpecker, let me explain. Far-sighted woodpecker's in trouble. That means you can't see up close. That's not good for a woodpecker. It can't like back up and squint. It can't adjust its eyesight with its beak like I can. Can't ask a buddy, are these maggots on the log? Well, it's dead because it has bad eyesight. Bad eyesight's not compatible with hunting and gathering. That's what we used to have to do. We were all hunters and gatherers. Oh, it used to be if you wanted meat, you had to like chase it down with a rock or a stick. You had to run down the meat. Now you can just walk it down. It's right in the fridge. This is meat speed. I'm working at meat speed right now. You just go over to the fridge and get a sandwich. Easy. Sometimes though, even that's too much work. Isn't it? You've had a long day of doing this and you are tuckered out. And my phalanges are pooped. You go over to the fridge, you're gonna scare up a sandwich. You do your pre-sandwich making inventory, right? Okay, we got the lettuce, the tomatoes. No more Kraft singles, dang it! Now I have to slice the tomatoes and the cheese. I can't manually slice cheese. I don't have the tools or the skill. The knife's gonna swerve in the cheddar and I'm gonna have a cheddar doorstop screwing up the cheese to sandwich flavor ratios. Oh, I gotta undo the twisty tie on the bread, which is just, who did this? It's like you're going for a merit badge on this. No, wrong way. It's the wrong way. I was right the first time. Did you ever give up on a sandwich? Did you ever do that? You give up. It's too hard. You gotta combine ingredients in order, then there's the twisty tie. I'm only a man. You should go hungry, I think, if you're too lazy for the sandwich. But you don't, do you? You can just go over to the phone now and just order out the food on the phone. Aren't we failing at a very primitive level when we order out food? We are failing to feed ourselves. It's like, hello, Domino's, I am tired and unable to feed myself. Yes, again. And a half an hour later, I'm sitting on the couch watching a show I hate because I lost the remote. There's a knock at the door and it's open. I'm not even gonna stand up to get the food. The food is literally tracking me down now. And now it's gonna enter my cave. For our ancestors, that's like a mastodon just wanders into the cave, then has like a heart attack over the fire, cooking itself after rolling through a sauce puddle and over toppings and onto sharp rocks, cutting itself into easily consumed triangles. Less than 30 minutes or the next one's free. If food doesn't fly into my top hole 30 minutes after the phone call, someone failed.
My dad just loves salmon fishing, berry picking, and naps. I know, he might be a grizzly bear. When he would yell at me as a kid, I just played dead. It usually worked. He loves berry picking. I don't know anyone else. He likes to go out in the woods by himself and pick a bunch of berries, which I'm cool with, but I'm like, man, when you go out there, you better keep your shirt on, because some nearsighted trophy hunter is going to bag you, tag you, and mount you in his living room as bare as the day as you were born. I just like the idea of some crazy trophy hunter like, oh, check out my collection, everyone. A beaver I shot in British Columbia, a mountain lion I shot in Montana, and now for the crown jewel of my collection, a grizzly bear with alopecia. I shot him in a berry patch.
I get along with my wife. She's my best friend. But you know who doesn't like me? Her dad. He's a big hunter. I'm not. But for some reason, the first time I ever met him, I told him that I was. Like, what could possibly go wrong? Sure enough, later that week, we're hunting. Long story short, he shoots a deer. He has to run back to his truck and get something. He tells me to go ahead and start to dress it. So weird. So he comes back, the deer's got my jacket on. Gloves on its hooves. He's not amused, I'm just confused. He starts to really dress. It turns out I was way off. Finally, after about 20 minutes, I'm like, hey, Mr. Atkins, maybe we should take my clothes off the deer. It's getting weird. Figured that'd be a bad time to ask if I could marry his daughter, too. Not good timing.
And you have to read the paper. That's where comedy is. Trust me when I say this next part that I'm about to say, and I do mean this from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate each and every one of you for coming out, supporting live comedy, and giving me the opportunity to work. But pick up your newspaper, watch television, or surf the internet. Comedy's right there. Comedy will write itself. Anybody see this? This was about 8 months ago in USA Today, where that hunter in Wilmington, North Carolina, shot and killed a jogger dead because he thought it was a deer. How many times you been deer hunting? Seen a deer run by with earbuds and some sweatpants. Is that a whitetail? I don't know. It says love pink.
Hunters, you guys are out there, right? Utah, you guys hunt? What do you hunt there? Deer? Deer hunters? Yeah. Where are you at? Hunters? Come on now.
Yeah.
Back there. What? Oh, here, man. You hunt deer?
Yeah.
And how do you do it? You got a gun or a car? How do you do it?
Bow and arrow.
Bow and arrow. Oh, you're serious about it. Deer hunters are crazy. When you kill a deer, you got to hang it upside down, right?
Yeah.
Where do you do yours? Tree branch, right?
Actually, just a tree.
A tree, usually. My dad used to do it from the swing set. We thought it was a new accessory when we first saw that. Dad got us a Bambi swing. I think he put it up wrong. You get all dressed up in camo, buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gun? No gun, you got a bow and arrow, but you ever put that doe pee on yourself? You did. Once or twice. You guys know hunters do this, right? You can buy doe urine at the Walmart, a little jar of it. Unless you go to Costco, then you buy a big Boss Pepsi bottle. It's cheaper in bulk. Put on your boots, right? A little behind each ear. Sexy. They do it to camouflage the scent. Deer can't smell you, can't see you, can't hear you. How is that fair? You hunt all you want, but do not call it a sport. In a sport, there's defense. Add some defense for the deer. Let me go out. I will hunt the hunters while they're hunting the deer. I douse myself in Miller Lite. Mount you on my wall, buddy. You look good up there.
Oh man, it was crazy. Every time I go to Vegas, I do crazy stuff. Like the other day, I got drunk and I went dove hunting. I was pretty good with the gun. I was like, bam, 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 bam. Woo, the magician was pissed. David Copperfield hates me.